How do we fill in these gaps to reduce energy poverty?
This area has a very complicated environmental condition.
We're faced with a low energy reserve margin.
This area had been without services for the last 20 years. We were looking at lights for this community, and Eskom has told me they are not putting it in there because it's not part of the planning. This is a farming community. Most of our work, 70% of our inhabitants are seasonal workers.
The name Kheis means a place to stay.
The municipal area is within 7-kilometer radius all around. So it's quite a vast area. Population of 16,635 people.
We consist out of 4 wards of 7 towns. It's Bogoberg, it's Oblershoop, it's Opwag, it's Wegdraai, Topline, Grootdrink, and also Gariep. So Oblershoop area is the place, is the main town where the municipality is.
And what you will find in our communities is mostly it will be your kids in school and the elderly. In between, and then those who currently have jobs of teaching and policemen, and then we're at the municipality.
The biggest challenge is housing in this area. So if you see Dynaveld, we struggled for almost 17 years.
It's zinc houses, most of them, and a lot of them are reed houses.
So we're suffering a lot. Almost there in Opwag, there's no services that side. We are just transporting water every day to that area. There's no roads, there's nothing.
Our people are living almost, 50, 70 years back.
Op ek skool geloos het ons het baie swaar gekry. Want toe ons hiernatoe kom trek, was het net vir my soos ek is nie gelukkig gaan met pa die regte inkomste nie, ook my ma nie. Maar as my net die by die huis, my pa werk maar net so nou en dan. En toe vind ek ons kry te swaar. Toe gaan ek maar uit en gaan soek vir my werk.
We have said 10% of the middle class guys earning maybe more than 10,000 rands per month. So mostly we are poor people here in this area.
So 70% of our inhabitants, they are indigenous, which means that we need to apply for a grant for each and every of these families.
Toe ons hiernatoe kom trek, was het net 'n groot verskil. Want hier was alles wat onnodig het. Hier was die water, hier was die krag, hier was ook niemand rondom ons gewees. Of was net so 5, 6 huise waar hier gewees het. En ons met ver geloop het vir water deur by die stadium gaan skep en dan toe is daar nog eers krane nie. En as ons baie keer ook daar kom, dis die stadium toe, kom ons maar terug as ons by die huis, later kom hulle vir ons tanke op. Ons skep by die tanke water.
Some of the kids, they could not study during the night. They were using candles, and the candles are very dangerous, more especially the reed houses. So for that one, also that the health issue.
There's a health-related issue, not to mention fires and other things, carbon monoxide, which, you see a lot of open flames here, and people put their open flames right outside the front door of the house.
If it's a windy day, then that fire would spread. We have said that this is reed houses. If it's reed houses, it catches fire because it's dry. The reed is dry, and it can spread so fast. Within half an hour, that house will be burned to the ground, totally, with nothing left. And these people will have lost all their possessions.
Iemand het toen ze ook ongeluk bij ons huis. Dus het werd ons huis begonnen brand. Dus weet je eindelijk wat er gebeurd van allemaal het geslapt. Toen mijn pa wakker schrik, het net gevoel, zijn kop raak warm. En toen hij wakker wordt, toen zien hij de huis brand. Dus hij aan toe was hier erg water. Toen moet ons rond hardlopen. Gelukkig is Antie langs aan ons. Zij hier gebleven. Kheis heeft voor ons van haar water en ons het die vuur doodgegooid.
Die kers, mijn zuster's kind het amper uitgebrand en ik heb al bij die paraffin gebrand, die lampje. Met haar af.
During the Christmas time now last year, we had, in November, in December, we had about, in that squatter camp, 3 to 4 houses burning down, that have burned down. People have lost everything. Fortunately, none of them have lost their lives. But the previous year, there was a whole family that have burned out in one of the houses.
Constitutionally, there's an obligation to intervene on the defective energy systems that lead to chronic health conditions, indoor air pollution. South Africa has one of the highest child mortality rates related to upper respiratory infections.
Susan was nou, voor mij was die leeuw niet goed van, ons was baie ziek van die paraffin. Sommigen ons kan astma krijgen.
If we are taking the fires out of the houses, this reed houses and stuff, then we can address a lot of issues like these kids coming to school having headaches, having nausea, and things like that.
Om thuiswerk in de nacht te doen. Eindelijk kan ons die thuiswerk in de nacht doen. Als ons uit de school komt, klaar werk en thuiswerk doen van die kerslig aan onze boeken brandt en een kers op onze boeken mors. Als je bij de school is, dan moet je nog horen van ik doe vandaag met thuiswerk van ons het krijgen. Dan moet ik nog zeggen, nee, ik kan niet nou dat doen van ik moet nog met thuiswerk doen van vanavond is haar kers. En zoals onze ouders niet elke dag geld voor kers. En die kers is misschien meer rand, dat is nou 3 rand. En mijn moeder, het voor me nog niet vanavond 3 rand. Dan moet ik nog vanmiddag, als om nou club netbal te oefenen of soccer of net een gasloop spelen, dan moet ik nog thuiswerk doen. Alsof ik dat kan nou niet nagaan doen. Maar nee, dan moet ik dat klaar doen om nou vanavond, dan kan ik nog niet mee, zoals mijn sociale leven genieten van, dat is daar nou niet kracht en luchten zoals dat.
It's not okay. It's not okay because then you can see why our kids are not doctors, why they're not engineers, why they're not what they want to be, because they don't have the ways and means to extend that knowledge in becoming where they want to become. We've got a very high HIV/AIDS rate. Everything is related to unemployment. If you're not employed, you can't afford to do better or to pay better.
Baie mense kinders sien ek wat baie drink en hulle meen nie wat hulle doen nie.
Because of the alcohol, people are losing their inhibitions and they either sleep with whatever, not using precaution. So HIV/AIDS, I think, is spreading faster than anything else here.
En dan sien ek baie goede wat nie reg is nie. Soos aan baie meisiekinders verkoop hulle mos nou aan die manne, soos daai. En er kom baie inkommers hier na ons plek toe. En as hulle uitgaan, uit die plek uit Groblershoop uitgaan, is daar baie meisiekinders swanger.
9 months later, we have a lot of babies who will never know their fathers.
En as die meisiekinders swanger is en hulle gaan miskien nou tot by 'n SASSA plek. As hulle daar kom, gaan gee hulle miskien, we gaan soek hulle nog geld vir die kinders, vir die kind. Dan wil hulle die SASSA mense dus nou weet wie is die kind se pa. Dan weet hulle nie eens wie is die kind se pa nie. Maar dat is vir my so hartseerlik. As iemand nie weet hoe het dit gekom of wat nie.
You see, the alcohol, the teenage pregnancy, the people who leave school before they have completed school. And the fact that our kids can't progress in school because of alcoholism.
You know, our dream is to make it, we want to put each and every house in Kheis, a solar on its roof, and also all the buildings in Kheis.
I would make provision for those households that's not tied to the Eskom grid to get a light to that house, making sure that these kids can do homework at night and then study at night.
All our plans is in place. Having some people here at the moment who help us to get some funds so that we can really make this place a better place for everyone staying in Kheis or living in Kheis municipality.
The Aqua Power team and the people who's currently building the Bokpoort area, they asked me to do a presentation on the municipality. So while doing the presentation, all the needs of the community had come out.
For us, we not want to just invest and construct a project. For us, we want to be part of the societies. We want to be a real partner with the country, with the people, with the region.
So they asked me which area is my first priority area. So I've told them, if they could assist me in making sure that at least my kids have lights within the Daneveld area, I would be very, very much happy, because now I'm giving them an opportunity to excel within the classroom.
And that's the reason I'm very proud to be part of this program of really extremely touching our heart and mind in Aqua Power, and that's really helping people to improve their life standard and their hopefully prospect and future of their kids and their new generation.
This is the choice of the family, and we never take away that factor, because ownership of the solution to the problem has to rest with the beneficiaries, the families, and the community. Because we leave, they stay here, and they have to embrace it, or we don't do it.
And now we are serving the people by giving them fresh water, giving them now electricity, which is this solar electricity.
It's safe, it's free, so it won't have a negative impact for the environment.
Systems that we put in now, you've got 3 internal lights, 1 external light, a DC radio, a cell phone charger, and a television.
The components involved within the system is a solar panel, which is 75 watt, and the DB box, that is the main box, and the plug box.
With the existing systems, they can also use up to 6-8 hours of television.
It's a distributed power system. So instead of needing cables, you don't need cables.
If they want to go outside of the design, that's also not a problem. They can develop their own fridges, they can develop their own freezers, and it's endless.
With this, we can put in a Wi-Fi, which means that the TVs we are giving these people can be used as a monitor.
And the system also can work off of a satellite through the cellular network, where people can go shopping and buy power, just the same way they would if they were buying it from a cable. So there technically isn't anything that they cannot grow towards in this system, because the system has an architecture.
The big difference of this product is they don't have to buy candles anymore. The children can do their homework and even study at night. They don't have to do it only during the day after school because they are tired because of the heat. So the product itself is a big bonus to this community and wherever it will be installed.
Voorheen was het donker en toe die zonpanelen kom was het weer lig in my huis. Ek dink ek kan laat nag kan ek werk, ek kan opruim, bedags as ek in die werk kan opruim in die nag want dit is koeler en die lig.
There's a huge change in their lives in all this community. The first day when we installed the pilot system in one of those houses in Deneveld. That lady even cried out of happiness, because what she told us on that day is she couldn't believe that the sun could produce energy in such a manner that you can use it for light, TV, radio, and etc.
And you know what this is doing for our communities? At first, it's providing light where there is no light within the streets, because everybody's got a light within. There's going to be lights throughout the streets. If power went down, then at least the street is going to be lit up, because it's not dependable on the Eskom's power.
My leven baie verander. My kinders kan in die ander laat thuiswerk doen, kan laat sit te skryf of ek kan laat sit te lees. Ek sit mos nou nie meer met Kheis. Dis waarom ek met my kinders voel ook gelukkig daarmee. Hulle is bly. Want hulle sê ook nou hulle kan laat thuiswerk doen.
What my vision was that if kids start school, that they have from day one the ways and means to do their homework, to study, in making sure that at the end of this year, these kids in those squatter camps is going to double their potential.
Dit verschrikkelijk verander. Ik denk dit was baie donker. In die nagte van die paraffinlampie kon nie maklik sien mooi. Wat jy kan nie uitmaak wat hy skryf nie. En dis is maar lekker duidelik nie, maar nou van die sonpanele daar is, nou is dit helder duidelik want jy kan sien. Ek leer die mannetjies om in die nag die alfabet, ek leer hom lees, ons sit aan tafel en dis baie goed.
Ek weet erg eers sien. Ek sien nou net die ligte.
Baie beter. Kinders kan nou speel en aangaan en altyd werk en alles doen in die lig.
Baie mense kom laat die werk uit. Nie nog kom Kheis besoek nie, trek net 'n touwtjie en dis 'n dag, dis lig binne in die huis.
Ja, by my is die veiligheid is nou die Kheis brand nie meer in die huisie, daar kan nie meer brandstigting as nie, daar is nie meer 'n Kheis soos om kinders asem in nie, want baie keer as dit reën, maak ek in die huis ook vuur, want ek moet nog baie keer die lig, maar die keer, hy vuur maak ons ook 'n lig in die huis, die rook haal ons asem ons in. Die kinders het nie meer probleme met hulle se borste wat suur is, hulle borspyn nie of hoes nie, hy sê. Ons gesondheid is ook verander ook nou baie.
Well, it changes my life, you know, every day. It's a blessing to be able to witness the small businesses and the young people and the families, you know, grab a hold to something that arrests a health and safety risk. You know, that's always first and foremost. There's zero tolerance for our kids to be suffering from carbon monoxide burns, and we're just tired of it, you know, we're just sick of it. So it changes everybody's life on health and safety.
Ek dink nagte was daar tye wat die kinders siek was en dan moet ek opstaan, dan moet ek vir hulle bid of ek moet medisyne aanmaak. Maar dan was dit moeilik want soms tye was die lamp leeg, daar was nie brandstof binne in dit en dan moet ek maar iewers in die straat afgaan en iewers 'n Kheis gaan soek en nou van die sonpanele is as moeilikheid daar is, iets het miskien die kind gebyt, dan kan ek opstaan, ek sit net aan, ek kyk waar is die plekkie, vat 'n bietjie salf en ek sit dit aan.
Strand kyk ek TV. Ander mense kan nie kyk, ek het vir my wango gekyk. Ek het tot laat toe TV, ek het tot 12 uur toe, so dan kyk ons nog TV.
We're just here tonight because the power went off, and now we just want to see what it looks like. And apparently it's only the Deneveld people who's having power tonight, and the rest of us is cut off. The people are so excited. You know what had happened during the Christmas period? About 3 times the Eskom power went down. And they were the only people who's having power in the community. So they are quite excited. When the whole town was dark, it was lightened up only in the squatter camp.
Vir my, ek was sommer bly want ek het sommer lekker hier voor die deur gesit. Kan ek nou nog sit te kyk hier af en die ander mense want ons liggie maak sommer lekker helder. Elkeen se liggie wat anders. En baie van ons het gebrek gisterand. Ons het regtig gebrek. Toe sê ons kyk hoe donker is hy lokasie. As net Deneveld wat lig het. Ons sê huise ook, as ek hier afkyk in 'n huis sien hoe helder brand die lig. Hoe stap hy mens daar in die huis op en af. Jy kan hom sien hier vanaf. Maar ek glo nie daai mense was gelukkig gisterand nie. En hulle is nou nog nie gelukkig want dit kan nog weer gebeur. En dis nou vir 'n maand En ek het vir 'n maand dat ek lig.
Really, it is just that this is really getting to the people. This project is that now that I have done this, I have addressed a need. I'm very pleased in what we have achieved as Kheis municipality and the promise we have made to the people of this municipality, renting out on our IDP campaigns and having our community meetings, is that we want to change your lives. We want to make it better for everybody.
Hier is ons water wat ons so jare mee gesukkel het, is dan ook nou op pad. So ons het nou alles gaat nou gemakkelijk voor ons raak in Duine. En ons is blij daaroor. En ek bly 13 jaar in Duineveld sonder 'n lig, sonder 'n bietjie water. En hier kom hulle nou.
I feel really great. I feel that we are contributing to their really help, happiness and how to improve. I have been even very touched with really the daughter when she was saying, I could now read, I could do my homework, I have a light, I don't have to go through the candles. And what's really great about it, safety of the people.
We know that Eskom have a huge problem to supply electricity to our country, and that will help Eskom in such a manner that they don't have to worry about the small communities anymore because we provide that.
I'm very happy with the people. I'm ecstatic about the team. Kalahari Solar's risen to the occasion. Our community workers have done fantastic. I'm ecstatic about the leadership in the province, in the municipality. Very supportive.
Mijn leven is nou rijk. Met die luchten en alles wat ons geriefelijk gekry het. En ons nou allemaal is gelukkig in die huisen, met zustertjes, baie gelukkig, met vrienden en al familie allemaal.
Local guys are being trained on this. We are identifying about 6 women who's going to work directly with the households for whom we're going to install the systems.
Ik heb hem geleerd hoe om die lucht recht te maken als die lucht breekt is, of hij zit die aan niet, en hoe om die draden van die zonnepaneel bij die boxje te connecten.
Education is the basis of development. It's the fundamental building block. It is ingrained in Pierre.
The way to succeed is through education. For poor people, the way up and out of poverty is through education. Decent education to all of your citizens. Your citizens will grow, your families will grow, your economy will grow.
This is empowerment. This is fundamental, basic empowerment 101. And it's this concept of I can do it myself with a little bit of help and with the right technology. And that's what makes us excited about it. It's Aiko. It's yours. You use it, you look after it, you pass it on to the next person.
We as a municipality and the people of Kheis, we have big dreams, we have big hopes. And one day, in the near future, we will be the first municipality going off-grid.
Going off-grid, it means solar panels and solar water heaters can be able to take off that pressure from the grid using renewable energy.
We want to look at a municipality that's not putting a footprint out there. A municipality that does not contribute to the damaging of the ozone layer.
We can proudly stand and say that we are involved within a company and a product that changes lives. It's cost effective.
En ek voel dat my lewe sommer heel verander dit. En dis iets wat ek elke môre opsien as ek opstaan om daar te wees, om dit te doen. So dis 'n groot verandering vir my en dit nou as my loopbaan vele verbeter. Hierdie technician werk by Solar.
It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. We have we've made changes. We have had an impact.
We can now see that, yeah, indeed, we did better people's lives. Only if it's just putting one panel on a roof and providing a few lights, there is change, and change for the better.
Kerkie mag gaan ons lees daarvoor.